So we implemented a monster attack AI and different motion speed on each weapon and monster attack. Now let's implement guard and parry system. I created these guard images. Copy these. Also, I created these two sound effects. One is for normal guard, and the other one is for successful parry. Copy these as well. And import these sounds. Locked. Parry. Okay, then in this entity, we declare some buffered images for guarding. Guard up, guard down. Also a boolean to check the guarding state. And also in this player class, we're gonna get those guard images. Public void get. Okay, by the way, I think this player is not necessary, so I wanna remove this. Just get image and get attack image and get guard image. But before that, let me fix these as well. Remove the player. Anything else? Player. Just get attack image and UI. Get image. And that's all, I think. So get guard image. Copy and paste. Guard up is guard up. Okay, and also call this from this constructor. And then go to the key handler. And I'm gonna use space key for guarding, so at space pressed boolean. But you can choose any key and choose a different name for this. Then we get key input. So in display state, so vk space pressed equal true. Also here in this key released method, we're gonna add condition space pressed false. I think we haven't added enter key condition, so I think I'm gonna add that too. So to make sure enter pressed becomes false when you release it. Then go back to this player class and in this update, so we're gonna handle the guarding state. So add condition here, else if space pressed equal true, then guarding equal true. And this conditions comes after this attacking. So in this case, you cannot guard while player is attacking, because if attacking is true, then this gets selected. So otherwise, you can cancel your attack anytime by pressing space. Also, we need to make this guarding false when space is not pressed. So if these keys are pressed, then maybe here. So we're gonna reset this guarding state. And also I think we should add this line to this else block too. So guarding state becomes false when you are not pressing any key. Alright, then we're gonna take care of the guarding sprites. So go to the draw method. We're gonna add another condition here. If guarding equal true, image equal guard up, and if it's down, then guard down, left, right. Okay, that's it. So let's check. What? Illegal argument exception. I guess I mistyped the file name or something, I think. Wait. Yeah, this one. Let me check. Guard, boy, guard. We don't need this one. Sorry about that. Okay, and press space. Yeah. Okay, now let's block monster's attack. Go to entity. Here, damage player. So here we check if player is guarding, and also we check if player is facing the right direction. So basically, if player's direction is the opposite of the attacker's direction, then he can guard. And to get the direction, I think I'm gonna create a getter method. Public string get opposite direction and get direction. Something like this. String opposite direction and switch direction. Case up. So if it's up, opposite direction is down. And return it. Yeah, something like this. Okay, back to damage player. Okay, first we check the damage and then get an opposite direction of this attacker. So string can guard direction or something. Get opposite direction and pass this attacker's direction, so direction. And if player is guarding and player's direction is equal, can guard direction, then player can guard this attack. And you can choose whatever effect this guarding creates, and I'm gonna reduce the damage to its 1/3 and also play sound effect. Play SE 15, I think, and else. So player is not guarding. Then we're gonna play this sound effect, and also okay, check the damage, and I think I'm gonna change this one. So basically, if you are not guarding, then no matter how high your defense is, you at least receive 1 damage. Otherwise, you know, when you become certain level, you don't receive damage at all from weak monsters like slime. Okay, yeah, let's check. You know, usually player receive 4 damage, but if you are guarding, you only receive 1 damage. Oops. And this orc too, usually it's 1 hit kill if he attacks you, but if you are guarding, you can still survive. Also, if you are not facing attacker's direction, then yeah, you still receive damage even if you are guarding. By the way, I kind of want to change where projectile explodes. So right now it explodes on the player. I want to change that. So projectile. Okay, let me change this target position to this user's projectile. I kind of like this better. Yeah, I think this is better. But it's your choice though. And also, I want to disable the transparent effect when player doesn't receive any damage. We need to keep this invincible state though. Otherwise, player can get hit 60 times per second. So I guess I'm gonna create another boolean and separate this invincible state and transparent state. Like this, public boolean transparent false. And only when the damage is more than 0, player becomes half transparent. And we do the same when player touches a monster. So this contact monster, okay, this one too, 1 and transparent equal true. And the draw method, so we're gonna change this invincible to transparent, and also update when the invincible becomes false. Okay, let's check. Yeah. Yeah, I like this better. Okay, next let's implement knockback effect to monsters attack too. And that means we need to implement player's knockback reaction. So I think I'm gonna copy this knockback statement from this entity and paste here player's update and change this else if. When knockback is happening, you cannot attack or guard. And we only need to change this check collision because this is for monsters. So we're gonna copy these player collision. Yeah. Check iTile, monster, NPC, object, and tile. Yeah, so copy this and paste here. But this time we don't need to call these pickup object or interact NPC, so delete these. and we don't need to get these index. We just need to check this collision on boolean. So we can delete these two like this. Okay, then let's give some knockback power to this oak. So knockback power like 5. Go to entity and damage player, and okay, when he hits player, we're gonna call this set knockback method, this one, and pass player as target, and attacker is this monster, and the knockback power is this monster's knockback power. So this knockback only happens when you receive damage, or if you want it to happen in any way, then you can put the line here. So either way is fine. Okay, let's check. Yeah. Oh, I think I was a bit late. Anyway, now knockback effect happens to player too. Okay, finally let's implement parry. So how to parry? So basically it's just guard. So if you press the guard key just when monster's attack hits you, you can parry the attack and receive no damage. If you have played games like Dark Souls, you know what I mean. And we also implement a critical hit chance. So when you succeed to parry the attack, the attacker gets off balance for a second. So if you attack the monster while it's off balance, you can give massive damage. So that's what we're gonna do. I think there are various ways to implement this parry system, and here's a method that I came up with. So first, in this entity, we create two counters. Public int guard counter. Also int off balance counter. And boolean. Public boolean off balance. Then in this player class, and okay, here. So we increase the guard counter while the guard key is pressed. So guard counter. And also reset this counter when the guard key is not pressed. Where is it? Here. And also here. And then go to entity, and inside of this update we handle the off balance counter. So if off balance equal true, then off balance counter plus plus, and if off balance counter is greater than 60, then off balance equal false, and off balance counter equal 0. Wait, off not balance, balance. Okay, so this time I set 60, so off balance state continues for a second. And then go to this damage player method. When player blocks the attack, we check the current guard counter value, Parry. If gp.player.guard counter is, for example, less than 10, then damage equals 0. And we're gonna play the Parry sound effect. So play SE16, I think. So this means if you have pressed guard key less than 10 frames before this attack hits you, then you can parry it. So basically there is a 10 frames window to parry. If you increase this number, then the parry becomes easier. So choose whatever number you like. And also to add a little more fun, we can knock back the attacker and make him off balance. Set knockback. And this time target is this entity and the attacker is player. And knockback power is, let's use this attacker's knockback power for now. But if you want, you can use player's knockback power here. Or maybe you can add knockback power to your shield and then set this monster off balance. And here's a little trick. We're gonna add this line, sprite counter minus like 60. So this basically means we roll back the attacker's sprite counter, so the attacking sprite returns to motion 1, and in this case the sprite counter becomes negative. So this monster will look like he's frozen in the motion 1 phase for a while, until the counter hits the motion 2 again. So this creates a kind of a temporal stun effect. So this is Parry and this is normal guard. And finally go to this player and here damage monster. So we can add the condition if gp.monster gp.current map I dot off balance equal true, then we can increase this attack value. So like times 5 or something. Maybe 5 is too much, but yeah, it's just for testing. Okay, let's check. Okay, come on. Oh no. Okay. We need to disable this transparent boolean when he dies. Player default value or something. Here, okay. Transparent. We have added some new stuff since we created that game over screen, so I think I'm still missing something. Some parameters are not reset properly, so I think I'm gonna recheck everything later. But for now, let's continue. And okay, I think I'm gonna make him temporarily immortal, so he can no longer die. So we can test the parrying without worrying. Oops. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Now we just gave 3 damage. Usually we cannot give any damage. Ouch. But if you parry, then he temporarily becomes off balance. So yeah, so we can give extra damage. So normal guard, and parry. Oops. Ouch. Yep. Out. Come on. Okay. Whew. Yep. So now you have a chance to give extra damage to monsters. So I hope you like this new combat mechanics. Thanks for watching, and until next time.